Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today we're covering all of the things that got me through July. It's been a rough month. We already talked about the makeup and body care that I loved, but let's go ahead and talk about kind of lifestyle-y things. We've got some beverages, we've also got some movies and shows I've been watching along with some content creators that I've really been digging this month. So, that sounds good to you. I hope you'll stick around, hang out, keep watching, and let's dive right in. All right, let's get beverages out of the way. The first one, I actually saved a can because I was so excited about this. It is the brand Liquid Death. So this is like a very kind of like a bougie sparkling water brand, but their branding is undeniably cool and just very artistic. I don't know if you'll be able to see the skull. I'll pop a picture up, but I saved this one, which is Bury It Alive, which like I also really love puns. While I did really enjoy this, I love the mango. The mango is where it's at. The reason this is in here is because I had tried their just plain sparkling water. And listen, I've never turned down a plain sparkling water. I've loved plain sparkling water since 2013. And at the time, all my friends made fun of me because they thought I was being bougie, but I just love carbonation. It's one of my fancy drinks, like I mentioned before. The marketing is so cute. It's Liquid Death, Bury It Alive. It says murder your thirst. It's naturally flavored spring water. And even the stuff on it says like hashtag death to plastic. We donate 10% of the profits from every can sold to help kill plastic pollution. Like the branding is so on point. It also says this ruthless tall boy of flavored sparkling water is armed with agave nectar and natural electrolytes to refresh your body and murder your thirst. Like, it's thorough, guys. The branding is thorough, but it tastes absolutely delicious. There is 20 calories per can with 3 grams of sugar, which is not bad for 16.9 fluid ounces. Like, heck yeah. The mango is really good. The berry's good. They also have a few other flavors. I picked up singles at a gas station while I was traveling to my friend's bridal shower, actually. Congratulations, Paige. But I really want to, can I buy in bulk? I need to look into this, but this brought me a lot of joy. Like just the whole experience of this. This brand does an excellent job of really selling you the marketing and the fantasy that they're trying to give. It's just well thought out. It's kitschy. It's fun. I love it. I just spent 2 minutes talking about sparkling water. So in order to keep this moving, the next beverage that I will quickly mention is Bold Rock Hard Lemonade. Hear me out, hear me out. I do not drink. I'm not a drinker typically. A lot of that has to do with my hormones. It's just easier for my body if I avoid alcohol. However, I'm a bourbon girl. I love bourbon. My husband and I have been going to Louisville and touring distilleries and doing all of that since 2015. I used to go down and visit family in Kentucky, which is where I started drinking bourbon in college. I love it. It's just happiness to me. Even the smell of it now has so many good memories tied to it. But I have gone so long without kind of drinking alcohol that I can't dive into just like a glass of whiskey anymore. I still really love the taste of it, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot sometimes, especially when it's really hot out. And I don't like doing a lot of mixed drinks with bourbon because a lot of places don't make very good ones. It's become more popular. Anyway, listen to me. We're a minute and 30 seconds in. This hard lemonade is made with real lemons and lemon juice. It does not taste like the hard lemonade of our past, chemicals, and just it tastes like some kind of cleaner. This tastes like straight up homemade hand squeezed lemonade that you get at the county fair, but with a little kick of alcohol. So if I do want to partake, it is so good, and I've been chasing it down for so long, and I might have to send my husband to help me find this tomorrow so I can wind down on a Friday night. It's just fabulous. If you don't like beer and you're out, check to see if they have it. I think it's local to kind of Virginia, Carolinas, Pennsylvania-ish area, but yeah, check it out. Bold Rock Hard Lemonade. That's where it's at. All right, let's get into some fashion things. So the first thing that has brought me so much joy, like even just thinking about it, is I absolutely purchased the Barefoot Dream sweater for Frank. I'm that girl now. But look how cute it is. And it has a hood, and it has that beautiful design that was on some of the sweaters in the Nordstrom sale this year. It's just as soft as all the Nordstrom Dream things. I'll insert a picture of him with it on. It's so adorable. But it makes me so happy because even now we've had a couple cooler nights. It's very hot today, but we've had a couple cooler nights, and he's so cuddly and needs to be warm that I know that he's really going to appreciate and love this in the winter. So it just makes me so happy. Also, Frank has really helped me the past couple of months, really since we got him. Like him just being in the room with me or crawling into my lap or being excited to see me, what an absolute mental health boost he has been. He is just such an amazing part of my life now. His personality that has developed over the last couple of months is just adorable. And listen, he's got spunk and sass, and that is exactly what I wanted. That was like my dog growing up. And that said, like Frank has been a huge part of what has brought me joy this month because of the reasons I mentioned, but also I'm so happy that he did well in his surgery. I was really worried about that on top of everything. And he did great. He was like a champ. And what's funny is he had one of those cones that they sent him home with, which was way too big, like way too big. There's no way that he could have eaten, drank, or chewed bones or anything with it. And he was like ready to go. Not even 12 hours later, he was ready to go. So I kind of knew that it wouldn't be at least comfortable for him to sleep in that. So I had preemptively ordered two different cones. The one didn't work out, which is going back, but the second one has been what he's worn since, and it is a sunflower made for cats because he is so small, but it has a drawstring because he hates Velcro by his head. The most particular dog. But I love him so much, and he's brought so much joy, and he fits right in with our family. We talked about my soft voice. My husband is the same. We live on a very kind of like chill vibe. We're not yellers. And for him to be sensitive in that way too, because that's the other thing. Like my husband and I hear each other just fine. And I don't know that that's the case with our friends, our family. We just kind of live on that low decibel, and Frank loves that. Frank does not like high decibel. So he's just been absolutely a pillar of happiness for me. Like playing with him, hanging out with him, cuddling with him, watching my husband interact with him. It's been really, really fun. So I love Frank. I don't even know what this video is, but it feels so nice to do more commentary because I'm not gonna lie, what I was trying to get at in my last Get Ready With Me is like the way that I was feeling health-wise on top of churning out videos that were very specific with like ingredients, pricing that required a lot of that instead of just being kind of like off the cuff. It kind of burnt me out because with work, everything is just, I've just been very rigid and my health has been really kind of like fighting against that. So it feels so nice to kind of like give in, relax a little bit, kind of come off the cuff with just things that I enjoy, you know? I feel like we're hanging out, and that's what I want it to be. At the end of the day, I want to be helpful. I want to do those review-like videos, but at the same time, I digress. Moving into fashion. Since we did Frank's fashion, let's do ours. The first one, I'm gonna pop a picture up on the screen. I cannot show you this because they're all black, at least the ones that I own, and you won't be able to see detail. However, the Aerie Offline OG Hugger leggings, specifically the OG Hugger leggings, the best leggings ever. I always wait and get mine on sale. I probably have 7 pairs. It's what I wear every single day. It's what I have on right now with a tank top. Even when I have a fancier shirt on for work, I'm probably wearing those airy leggings. They are super comfortable, slightly compressive. They are soft as all get out. They are not like swishy material. There's a decent amount of cotton or something like that. I'll have to look at the fiber makeup, but it feels cotton. It's super soft. They are very stretchy though. They're honestly, I think they're very similar probably to Lululemon. I just cannot justify spending that on leggings. I'm sure they're fabulous, but these are my favorite. Like I said, just compressive enough. I live in them. And then the last and certainly not least thing that has brought me so much joy, probably for months at this point, because there's been a couple of you that I've talked to about this. I've talked to my nail girl Bethany about this at length. But 4th of July came around and they had a sale, and it was just enough for me to say, check out, you know? And it is from a brand. Hold on. This deserves a reveal, okay? It is from the brand Celia B. I was introduced to Celia B from Queen Herbie, who we have talked about. I love her so much. Her style, her music, her beauty, looks, just everything. I immediately, when I saw this dress on her, went to the website and was like, I need this dress. It is a Miss Frizzle dress. And if you are similar in age to me, Miss Frizzle is a staple in this household, okay? My children will watch Miss Frizzle one day. I love Miss Frizzle. That is the energy that we need in this world. And I don't know what it is about this dress, because it is certainly not meant to be a Miss Frizzle dress. It is not a literal interpretation of Miss Frizzle. However, this is one of the most beautiful dresses I have ever seen in my entire life, and I own it. And when I say I talked about this for months, okay? Look at this. I'm gonna pop a picture up so you can see, because I don't feel like filming B-roll, I'll be honest. But this dress is everything I wanted it to be, plus more. Every black detail that you see on this dress is embroidered. What? Like, they have done themselves such a disservice by not including a shot of that detail or a description of that detail on their website. Every single black line on this dress, including the stars, fully embroidered. And if there's one thing I'm a sucker for, it is embroidery. That is the quickest way to make something look and feel rich and expensive and like it took some effort, even if it's just cotton. This fabric does feel like it will last a while, but it is not like the richest fabric in the world, you know? It's just absolutely beautiful. Even the French seaming that they did inside the dress is another one of the fabrics that they use. It's so much fun. And the straps tie at the shoulder. Again, I will insert a picture. But you know, sometimes you build things up in your head when you're shopping and you're like, my life will be different if I own this. Like, I need this. You get it in and you're like, what have I done? Why did I fall for that? This dress could not be more opposite than that. I got this in and I was like, why didn't they tell me it was this good? Anyway, as you can see, so much joy. I do need to go get it tailored, but just knowing that that lives in my closet, I will own that forever. Forever and ever and ever. We have so much more to get through. I promise we're going to get through this. So the next thing is book of the month. So actually my book club this month, I'll go over my favorite book that we read. I did read a couple other books, but there's just one in particular that I would recommend. But book of the month is a subscription service that another woman in my book club introduced me to. It is like $15 a month, I think, and you get 1 credit each month for that. It's almost just like Audible, but with physical books. And the great thing about it is it's like early releases. So it's all of these new releases that if you would just buy on Amazon or at Target or what have you, is probably like $20 to $30. So it is very nice in that sense. And then you can add on 2 additional books each month for an extra $10. So again, slightly cheaper than what you would typically pay. But the funnest part about it is that there's only a few that you can choose as your book for the month. So it's almost like being in another book club with a way larger audience. So the books this month were so hard to choose from. I ended up getting 3 because I had 2 credits. So yeah, just want to throw that out there. If you're interested in it, let me know if you are already signed up or if you're going to sign up. Maybe we can do kind of like a mini book club on this channel. All right, there are 2 books that I want to talk about. I lied. The first one is from my book club, and it is The Golden Couple by Grier, Hendrix, and Sarah Picannon. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name. However, this book is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. It is a thriller mystery. It has twists that you think you know what's coming and you have no idea. And if you do, you should absolutely be a detective because, like, how? You know? It's not spicy in the romantic sense. It is not gory in the typical mystery sense. It's just a really well written, really well thought out storyline, and I really enjoyed this. Again, another fairly quick read. That's what we're into, kind of like quick, entertaining reads. I'm starting to dip a toe back into self-help, and we'll get into that next, but yeah. About 330 pages. Absolutely love it. Would highly recommend that if you're into mysteries. Moving into kind of like the self-help, the astrology world, I picked this up. It is You Were Born for This, Astrology for Radical Self-Acceptance by Channie Nicholas. If you have not heard of her, please go check her out. She's on social media. I'll link it below. She also does a podcast with your weekly horoscope reading. She also has an app where you can do the free app or you can sign up for a membership and she will give you tailored readings. But this book is absolutely where I would start for anybody who wants to learn astrology and how to read birth charts and then how to eventually become someone who can look at planetary placements and what's coming up from an astrological kind of weather standpoint and kind of decipher for yourself. But also if you're someone who is kind of interested in that but also wants to work on radical self-acceptance, like understanding how you react to things, understanding how others could react to things, understanding how you cope with things, understanding tendencies that you might have. I know that a lot of people are not into astrology, but there's a lot to be said for using it as a tool of self-acceptance, self-awareness, awareness of navigating relationships. There's a lot to be said. So no matter what you kind of believe, I do think this is an excellent book. It is very beginner friendly. She walks you through everything that you need to know. It's a nice little book to have on hand if you're ever trying to figure something out and you need a quick reference guide. I would absolutely do this. I don't know if you can see it in the corner, I have the Parker's Astrology book back here. That one is not as beginner friendly. If you are beginning into astrology and you really only know about the sun signs or you really only know sun, moon, and rising, this. All right, moving into shows. Stranger Things, man. I forgot to talk about that last month, or no, did it come out this month? I think it came out this month. Wow. Brava, brava. What an excellent season. I cannot believe we have to wait years for the last season. Like, I already want to rewatch this last season. That's how good it was. I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want any spoilers. I've already finished it, but I mean, like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not that person. Second, I also won't give any spoilers, is RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 7 Winners Season. Or however they're saying that. Excellent, excellent season. I know some people have been unhappy with how the show was edited and produced this time around. But honestly, like, these are winners. of their season who have gone on and established very impressive careers out of drag that I feel like unless someone had just such an off week, at this point, one, what is the purpose of critiquing them? And two, it would be splitting hairs to the point where I don't know that they would even be good critiques. Because everyone did phenomenal this season. I loved everyone. I mentioned this in my last video that I was skeptical at first, but the cast is insane. The amount of inspiration I took away from this season. The Raja confessional look was a huge inspiration to me and has honestly shifted how I've been doing my base makeup and has brought me a lot of joy. And then there's this look. If I can find a picture of it, I'm going to pop it on the screen. RuPaul came out to give the girls instructions in a all-black sequined blazer cardigan. I cannot get that out of my head. What inspiration that has brought me. I found one by Halston, but is sold out in my size. I'm on the lookout. If you see something like this, let me know. So much inspiration and happiness from that season. But then also we watched this movie, I think a couple years ago, a year ago, I don't know, whenever it came out. And we ended up watching it again recently, and it is, in a very odd way, a very comforting movie, and it is Palm Springs with Andy Samberg. And I can't remember the actress's name, but she is in How I Met Your Mother, which is on my list as well. But Palm Springs is a very like dark humor, bizarre, nerdy, romantic comedy, love story, and a journey of self-acceptance. It is kind of an out there, almost indie-ish film. It's on Hulu. If you like Andy Samberg, if you don't like Andy Samberg, I still think that you will like this. He's really good in it. She is really good in it. The storyline is just like, it is fun and light with a little bit of dark humor sprinkled in. I love it so much. If you watch it, let me know what you think. But it was kind of like a comfort movie because we had already watched it, and it's one of those ones where like it dabbles in dark humor and like really discovering kind of maybe the more ugly parts of yourself, but not in a way that is depressing. I love it. Let me know what you think. And then How I Met Your Mother is one of my comfort shows. I was in college when that was in its peak, and we watched it all the time, and I made my husband watch it from the beginning a couple years ago during the pandemic, and I just turn it on when I need some comfort now, and it has been great. My throat is starting to hurt, and we have more to get through. Moving into lifestyle things, and then we will knock out content. I think there's only 2 lifestyle things, so that's good. So the first one is going to be the company Cloth and Paper. They are a planning and organizing company. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I am planning on doing a full video of this, but I just got my new setup in the mail this week, and even getting this organizer put together brought me so much happiness because my whole career is built around organization pretty much. I love organization, and a lot of that stems from having generalized anxiety disorder. This is a way for me to pretend that I have control. And I know that some people may think that that sounds very unhealthy, but hear me out. This is also an excellent teaching tool for someone with generalized anxiety disorder, someone who struggles with perfectionism. Because when you put a plan down in pen and it doesn't go to plan, which it never does, it never does, it kind of forces you to realize that like it's not a big deal. And when I'm not journaling or organizing things in this manner, it is generally because I don't want to mess up the notebook. So this is kind of a way to challenge myself to like put pen to paper. It also is just like, from a purely soothing standpoint, writing things out has always helped me. I just love writing, and especially now that I'm in the working world as an adult, I am rarely ever writing. I'm typically typing notes, I'm typically typing emails. So it's just nice to have that kind of analog feel and get back into pen and paper pretty much. So I really love the company. The aesthetic of the company is just absolutely gorgeous. They have really nailed it, but we'll do a video on that, but it has brought me a lot of joy. All right, moving into content. The first one is one of my favorite people on the internet, and I can't believe I have not talked about them until this point, and it is Orsara Recipes, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He is Italian. It started with him and his grandson filming him doing traditional Italian dishes that he grew up with, that his family made, and it is the most wholesome thing that I've ever seen on the internet. The joy that it brings me is immense, and my husband's mother, or my mother-in-law, actually introduced me to him. She found him on Facebook and was always posting his recipes, and he's just so cute and fun, and his recipes look so good, and I bet they are delicious, and he grows stuff in his garden. It's just very wholesome. If you're into Italian recipes, if you're into traditional food making, check them out. I'll link it below. The next one is, I really need to shout them out. If you are not following Wisdom, WISDM, on Instagram or TikTok, the men's fashion is superb. And my very favorite is when he does like superhero challenge or cartoon challenge. It is the best example of taking inspiration and turning it into an outfit that suits your style, rather than trying to find a style that suits the inspiration, if that makes sense. Like, I fully plan on doing a Get Ready With Me where I answer fashion questions, and this is one of those topics, which is, how do you find your style? And what I am trying to say that he does with using inspiration and tweaking it to his style, I believe that everybody inherently has their own style. You like what you like. What is visually appealing to you, that is your style. Inspiration is something that sparks excitement to put something together. And he does a fantastic job of very clearly showing people that. And I take inspiration from it, even if the outfits are not my style. It's just a reminder of how you can pull colors from your favorite cartoon, from your favorite flower, and put together something that is unique to you. And I love that so much. So check that account out if you're interested. The Juno Birch, you guys, it would not be fair for me to say this palette is my favorite, but that palette did bring me a lot of joy, because Juno Birch is joy. If you do not watch Juno Birch's YouTube channel, please, I beg of you, go check her out. Hysterical, her wit, her humor, her catchphrases, all of the above, hilarious, always brings me joy when I need a pep up. And then the last video, or not video, the last channel that I want to talk about, literally anytime I'm sick in bed, anytime I'm down in the dumps, this is the channel that I go to, and it is the Welsh Twins. If you have not watched the Welsh Twins, you must. It is James Welsh, who is here on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. He covers skincare, and he is one of my very favorite, most trusted skincare influencers. And then his twin brother, Robert Welsh, who is on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for makeup, who has actual makeup artistry experience. And what I love about them is they're kind of paving the path, I believe, for the next iteration of what people on this platform are going to bring to people. And it's the commentary. They have such great commentary, well-informed commentary, but we'll get into that in another video. The Welsh Twins channel, where their older brother, I think Marcus is older, makes appearances, but also edits. The edits are hysterical, but honest to goodness, this channel is what I would imagine me and my cousin Ryan would be like if we had a channel together. It is just tomfoolery at its best. They giggle with each other for probably half the video, which is like the best part of the video. It's just, again, wholesome, fun entertainment, people just having fun, people who love each other having fun. It's almost kind of like Julian and Jenna, a little taste of that. They do a lot of like 5-minute crafts and things, so it is a taste of that. But honestly, it brings me so much joy. It is a very comforting thing for me to watch. I laugh out loud. I laugh out loud at that channel. Please go check it out if you have not. It is so worth it. Then the last two that I'll talk about, and we'll wrap this up. We can save some of these for another day. I have 2 songs that I will leave you with if you are feeling down that you should listen to. The first one is the Age of Aquarius. I mentioned this in my last Get Ready With Me. I know the audio was not great. If you want to hear my thoughts more around the Age of Aquarius and how that ties into the end of beauty YouTube and the state of the world right now, let me know. I'm happy to do that. But that song literally brings me joy. Anytime there's bad things happening now, I just bust out in that song because we are white knuckling optimism with that song. Then the last one is one of my top favorite songs of all time, and I don't know why it is that it has been stuck in my head all month, but it brings me a lot of joy. And that is Take Me Home by Cher. Cher's disco era, the best. I don't even want to say the best. I'm such a Cher fan that like I could never possibly pick one, but Cher and disco just go together so well. And Take Me Home is one of my favorite songs, and I think it deserves much more hype. And I'm gonna go sing that to myself while I rest my throat. Okay. This has been quite lovely and exactly the mood boost that I needed, especially after being kind of down for the count all day yesterday. And I just love filming these videos. I love sharing things that excite me, that make me happy, that I think could insert some joy into your life. If you have tried any of these things, watched any of these things, read any of these things, let me know down below, or let me know what you have been doing, reading, watching, listening to that has brought you joy and kind of given you those glimpses of relief from being a bleeding heart in the world. There's just so much that goes on that anytime that we can find joy in these things, even if they are not material, tangible things, it matters, and you have to take care of yourself in order to be able to dedicate anything to the causes that you care about. We've talked about that a lot on my channel, and this video is a celebration of that. These are the things that I'm doing to re-energize myself in my personal time, and I hope that you'll share what has been doing the same for you. Until we chat again, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye. Home, take me home. It's my Cher impression.